Good day everyone. We are from group 9 and today we would like to discuss about sociology of literature and its application on movie. Before I'm going to start explaining, my name is Diariska and my last student number is 052. First, what is sociology of literature? So these are some definition of sociology of literature. Firstly, sociology of literature is a study focused on the object of human studies with the environment, according to Nurhada. And the second, sociology of literature can be categorized as literary study whose main target is the life of individuals in a society related to social life. And lastly, according to Wikipedia, sociology of literature is a subfield of sociology culture. Its study is about the social production of literature and its social implications. So, some keywords that we want to emphasize in this presentation is social context of literature works and the object of the literature in which they exist. Moving on, here's Bourdieu's theory of sociology of literature. Pierre Bourdieu is a French sociologist and he contributed to the theory of sociology includes in literary works. So the explanation which is will be presented in this video this will be consist according to Bourdieu's theory of sociology includes the key concept of agents, field, arena, doxa, habitus, and trajectory that will explain cultural, economy, and social capital. Also, how the characters gain their recognition through the movie The Prestige. The object of our analysis is the movie entitled The Prestige. It's a movie released in 2006 and directed by Christopher Nolan. And it is a movie about two magicians being a rival and trying to surpass each other for being the best magician who can perform and act better than the other one. And its movie tells about secrets behind magic performance and between two of the magician. Most importantly, about two magicians called Angier and Borden. Also, they fight to be the best recognition magician at that time. They were started as a friend who helped a magician with his egg until Angier's wife died. They started to steal each other's popularity.
Hello, my name is Raihana Sabita Wibowo and my true last student number is 048. I will continue the presentation about sociology and literature of the movie The Prestige and I will explain about agent. So here in our finding there are two main characters that could be the agent and then there is two um, supporting character which can be the reason also the things happen in all the storyline of the movie Prestige. And then the first one is Robert Angier. He is one of the main characters. Angier, known as an ambitious character, and he was a former he was friends with Borden, Alfred Borden, but they were fought because Angier found Borden could be tied the wrong knot to his wife, so it it led his wife to death. And then also Angier here is very curious about the truth hidden behind the three called transported men found by Borden. And then he did everything to have the secrets from Borden included. He went to Tesla and he wanted to be better than Borden himself. And then the second one, it is Alfred Borden. Alfred is, as I mentioned before, he was friends with Angier. They worked together, but then they fought because of Angier's wife's death. And then he has a very private personality. Even though he had a family, he had a wife, he had a kid, but he hid a lot of secrets from his wife until she wanted to she wanted him to be honest with her. And then in a competition world of magic performance, magic act, he found a trick called transported man, which could make Angier jealous. And then because he is quite clever, he tricked Angier, but little did he know that Angier also tricked on him. So this these two characters is actually connected to each other because they were both magician and they were both had their own tricks to trick each other. And then the other two supporting characters here, the important ones is John Carter and Bernard Fallon. The first one is John Carter. He is the engineer, the same as Bernard Fallon in the first movie explained. Uh, for John, for John, he was worked with Angier and helped him to get like good tricks and good performance in front of the audiences. But every time they found a new trick, Borden always like crashed their trick. And then uh, the last one is Bernard Fallon. He's also an engineer, as I mentioned before, and he's very loyal to Alfred Borden. And then in the beginning of the movie, it wasn't mentioned that Fallon actually had a very close relationship with Borden. It just mentioned that he's the engineer of Borden and helped him through his magic performance.
Hello, my name is Moza Salsabil Tafailia and my student number is 160. Today I'm going to explain about field or arena, habitus, and conclusion in the end. So the first one is field or arena. As in the movie itself, it shows the lives of the agents is involved in middle lower class magic show industry. From there, Hugh Jackman as Robert Angier and Christian Bale as Alfred Borden grew their ambition to start their own shows after they departed and become magicians. Their world then became all about magic tricks, secrets, and being a rival in this arena until the end of the storyline. The next one, habitus. In a magician world, a trick is a secret which they need to defend. It costs their lives or their beloved ones for them to sell it, just like what Borden did later to make sure his daughter's condition would be safe after he got the death punishment. To be a rival means to prove which is the better one to show the tricks and make the audience amazed. There will never be a last show. Once they got caught in the spotlight, the more they want people to keep it on themselves, not to the other magicians. That is why, to have something more, either Borden and Angier sacrificed a lot of their belongings.
Hello, my name is Nadia Nafisa and I'm going to present about doxa and trajectory. So the first one, there are two types of doxa, which is orthodoxa and heterodoxa. First, we're going to talk about orthodoxa. Orthodoxa is the dominant doxa. The concept includes the game rule of certain society. In the world of magic, it is expected that the show performs amazing things that are supposed to be a trick with some helps of science and knowledge, not a real magic and trick that beyond the capability of regular human. Then the second one, we have heterodoxa. Heterodoxa is a concept that emerged as a breakthrough of orthodoxa. So, in this movie, when Borden still worked together with Angier in the same magic show, Borden believes that the magic performance can be more than what they usually do. He has one ultimate magic trick that can only be done by him. And later, it is the only magic trick Angier wants to know the secret. Because for him, that trick is one of the key of his successful. And because of his obsession to always beat Borden, he eager to know the secret. But in the end, Angier failed to know the secret behind Borden's trick that later revealed in the end of the movie. And then the next one is trajectory. According to Bourdieu, trajectory shows process of social position of individual in their lifetime. Trajectory is similar with social mobility. The concept of trajectory in this movie is highly showed in Angier and Borden's journey as magicians to gain popularity and legitimacy. The process of gaining recognition between individuals in the same occupation is determined by capitals they have. There are four concepts of capital which are cultural, economic, and social that can be converted in order to gaining the highest capital, the symbolic capital. The further explanation will be presented by my friend.
Hello, my name is Arlinda Mutia and my student number is 141. Today I'm going to explain about the capital conversions that contains in trajectory. Cultural capital is what that has been embodied in individual. This capital can be obtained and learned such as someone's social status, where they born into, knowledge, education, and skill they learned, all in what makes assessed in the body and mind of the individual. In the prestige, both Angier and Borden has the knowledge and magic and how to put it on a show by themselves. Also, in performing a magic show, they cannot do it alone. Therefore, they need help from some people to preparing the stage for them, being their engineer that build their trick tools, assistant in stage, and etc. The needs and success of having connection with people is a social capital concept. After having the skill of magic tricks and stages to perform, agents which are Angier and Borden both converged their capitals into economic and symbolic capital. Economic capital can be obtained by converging cultural or social capital for gaining money. In society, money is playing important role as a capital. Within time and space with which the movie is set, people with higher social status are having a lot of wealth. Money is also important for magicians to invest on their engineers. As example, when Angier came to Tesla and invested on his research machine. Lastly, when both magicians has reached their career's peak because of their rivalry, they need to seek their distinction for each other. We need to remember that Borden has already one step ahead from Angier when it comes to symbolic capital, because he is the only one who can done the transported man trick. In the movie, Angier was trying to steal Borden's symbolic trick to prove that he can do it better with the name The New Transported Man. But alas, he failed to know the secret behind Borden's secret, even with the help of Tesla's machine, that he must sacrifice himself to be an object of scientific experience every night. The next speaker.
Moving on, the conclusion of this analysis is that a work of literature cannot be detached from social context in which it is existed. Society's environment affects human mind, how they perceive the world, survive, and their desire of their life. In the Prestige movie in 2006, we can see how magic show industry society can affect people within the same social circle. Despite their personal grudge against each other, Anger and boredom, rivalry, and desire to surpass one another is the most simple psychology manifestation in the magician world of how a magician should come up with new and out-of-the-box tricks in order to amaze their spectators. Thank you.